This is Casey with Bassville Outdoors, and today I'm excited to have you with me to look at my new iKon VLX21. I got it rigged up with my Humminbird graphs. I'm just going to go through my setup and show you what I'm using at my console and what I'm using up at the bow of my boat. So on my left unit, I'm running side imaging full screen. On my right side, I have my mapping, my sonar, and my down imaging. And then if I want to, I can just quick touch it with 2 fingers, go to the full screen if I want to see the map a little bit bigger. 2 screen goes back, same thing, I can go 2 fingers there, sonar. So right here I have all the information I need when I'm scanning over a new spot. So like right there, we just went over a hump, there's nothing on it. I don't see any signs of life, I don't see any structure. So what we're gonna do is just move on to the next one. So here you can see my mapping. I had made previous paths around the rocks. And as we get to it, you can see all the rocks, gravel, boulders that are in that spot. Right now I'm scanning a 90 foot on each side of the boat. You can see here now there's a gap and there should be some more rocks starting where that purple line is. Right when we got to the purple line, the rocks started. I made those purple lines based on my recordings that I put into Reef Master and then I put into Google Earth, trace paths around the rock line, and then put that back into my unit. So what an easy, efficient way to look at this structure here and see where the actual rocks are. Because you can waste a lot of time just based on the color going around fishing. Right now I'm fishing the spots on the spot. So at the bow, I have my 3 graphs here. I got the Apex 16, and typically I use Mega Live on there 100% of the time. Big screen, great picture. Bottom left, I like to have my Mega 360 on it, full screen, and I have it in forward mode, so I don't see the behind me, but I'm seeing everything in front of me here. And then on the right one, I have mapping on top, side imaging on the bottom. And I actually have the Ultrex Quest with the side imaging transducer built in. And even when I'm sitting still, yes, the picture is blurry, but that's not what I'm worried about. If I'm anchored and a fish swims by, it actually leaves the shape of the fish on my side imaging screen and I can tell which direction it's going. So most of the time it's not doing a lot when I'm sitting still, but it is alerting me a fish off to my side that I might not see with my Mega Live or my 360. And one thing I always make sure to do is if my range on my 360 is at 75 feet, then a lot of times I keep my Mega Live at 75 feet too, just so everything's in sync. If I see a big boulder towards the edge of the screen, I know when I aim my Mega Live at it, everything's kind of that same distance apart. Okay, and here you can see nice boulders, little cluster, smaller rock and gravel, and then just a bunch of smaller rocks. My key area right here is going to be right in here, and then always the outside boulder that's by itself. On my foot pedal, I can steer my target lock, which has my Mega Live transducer attached, right or left when I have my Ultrex and spot lock. That lets me keep the boat positioned and anchored and let me manually control which way my Mega Live is going. If I'm not anchored and I'm just driving with the trolling motor, I have this button right here programmed so it syncs the Mega Live and target lock with the trolling motor so both are going the same direction. I'm going to push the right arrow. You can see how that target lock moves. Now the Ultrex still has me spot locked, so it's going to keep me in position, but I can spin the head of that target lock any direction I want and fine tune where I want to cast or look for fish. Okay, so I'm turning the Mega Live right here manually. I can fine tune. There's a rock there and there's a fish swimming by the rock right there. So even though we're spot locked, I just use this foot control pad and can fine tune everything. You can see on the screen 75 feet out. So 45 feet out, we got that big boulder sitting there. I can just turn this slow and get a really good picture of where that boulder is. And if I want to make the cast now, I just look where that arrow's pointing and just fire it out, and I know I'm going to hit that spot. So this boulder right here, I have my target lock aimed over here. That's that boulder. If you have any questions about my setup, please leave some comments after this video, and I'll gladly help you out and answer them.